Suck a look at you.
You're listening to the Jersey Tuck Podcast.
Hello out there. Thank you very much for joining us. It is September 8th, 2021, and you're listening to the Jersey Tuck Podcast.
The Jersey Tuck Podcast.
I get slower and slower every week. This week, we're rocking a four-man roster with myself, Alex, Mitch, Fred, and Josh. How's it going, boys?
Groovy, buddy. How are you today?
I'm good. All things considered. Oh, shit, the thief's back. Oh, shit.
The thief is back.
I stole some pints this week.
Ah, so you did.
Fired the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Thank you for following on Spotify, liking on Facebook, subbing on YouTube, and watching live on Twitch, because we're live on Twitch. And, this week we have what might be a short and sweet show, but as usual, lots of fun topics to cover us. But let's start off with the Blue Jays this week.
Yeah.
Last week when we were talking about the Jays, it's almost like they were dead in the water. Like,
it was.
Playoff hopes. Bye-bye. They were losing to the Orioles. It was just bad times in general. But they're on a 6-game win streak as of right now. They're playing a game currently against the Yankees, but they're on a 6-game win streak and doing pretty good. Have you guys been tuning in or watching some highlights on some of the games?
Bits and pieces for me, but they've been excellent, man.
Yep. Their last defeat was the second last game of the O's series on August 31st. And it's funny, when I read that first, I was like, August 31st? That doesn't seem that long ago, but yeah, it is. It's September 8th right now. But yeah, they managed to keep winning the important games that are put in front of them, aka the Athletics and now the Yankees. We'll see how much they.
Because
you go ahead.
When we were talking last week, it's crazy because it was looking like they were never going to catch the Yankees because the Yankees looked unbeatable at that time too. Like they were on that run, and then now it's like it's completely flipped. Blue Jays are kicking ass, and then the Yankees have been on a slide now. I think they're like 3-7. Well, now they're probably even worse than that now.
The Yankees
3-7 before the Toronto series.
They're looking pretty stanky, gotta say.
The stanky Yanks.
The stanky Yanks. It's gonna be unfortunate if they slide a little bit, like get it really close to the playoffs and not make it, and just those few games that they should have had.
Right.
Against those weak teams,
Yeah, especially looking back to the series with like the Orioles and stuff like that. It looks really bad. Yeah. And when games or wins against the A's and Red Sox and the Yankees are just right there along with it, it just looks that much worse. But no, they have officially jumped a spot in the wild card standings, so now they're just outside, and the Red Sox are ahead of them by 5 wins. So they're literally just outside the playoffs as we speak. When we were saying that they were dead in the water, or not, we weren't really saying it, but they looked pretty dead in the water last week. It was
feeling that way, yeah.
They were dead in the water.
You say they were.
It looked like it was going that way.
Were.
Yeah.
I still think they're gonna miss. I think exactly what Fred just said is gonna happen.
What's that? Oh, they're gonna get just there, and then like. They're going to be that team that's just outside and remain in this.
The teams they should have beat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to. I think that fate that's their fate.
Yeah, it might very well be. Who knows? I mean, that's the thing about being in this spot of the playoffs. It's like you're almost just pushing to get in, and perhaps to some degree the expectations are set a bit too high. But I don't know. We'll see.
You never know, man. They could be really hungry, man, and just get super hot and just stay there. It happens.
It does happen. Speaking of which, one of the things that sparked the whole run, I would say, was the game on September 3rd against the A's. Probably one of the best games I've ever watched in my life, or at least in recent memory.
Like the backflip game?
That was, that's up there as well, without a doubt. Did you guys see any of this, or I'm sure you've heard about it?
Of course. It was good, man.
Yeah. It was incredible. So, like, essentially, at the bottom of the 8th, Lourdes Gurriel is at bat. It was 8-4 at that point of the game, 2 outs. And then Gurriel steps up to the plate, and I have the audio to play for you guys. So let's take a listen to Dan Schulman.
I want to hear it.
And the batter is Lourdes Gurriel Jr., representing the tying run. And he drives it to left field, and he has tied it.
So amazing. But, like, I love watching stuff like that, especially with fans back in the park now, because the camera that's following Gurriel as he's going around the bases is literally like shaking, because the fans are like jumping around the cameraman and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can hear the freaking roar of the crowd as well. So that was what started the comeback in that particular game. But of course, later on, actually there were 6 total runs scored in that inning. So that's noteworthy. So then we go to the top of the 9th, where Matt Olson hits a pitch back to Jordan Romano, and then he reaches base on an error, and then Mark Canha homers off of that. So the game looks done again, because there's big momentum, and then there's a 2-run homer to put him up in the top of the 9th. But lo and behold, they get 2 men on, and your boy comes to the plate, Marcus Semien, and I got more audio for you.
Here we go.
If it'll play.
Again, the 2-2. Fastball hit high and deep to left field. And the Blue Jays win it.
Walk off.
Amazing.
I love the it's goosebumps, like when the crowd sound comes in.
Yeah.
Oh.
And one thing I like about
I'll go crazy.
Shulman on those 2 calls in particular, he calls it and then he just lets it breathe. Like he lets you hear the crowd and just experience the moment. That's just
He's not just filling it with just
back,
Yeah.
go. Always happy.
That's funny. Is that a shot at Buck, Fred?
A little bit.
Yeah, that game was incredible. You did have Nate Pearson pitching in that game, not looking so good, but he has since redeemed himself with another outing with 3 strikeouts. So coming up to pitch an inning and getting 3 strikeouts is not a bad redemption.
That's great, man. I didn't catch that one. I was just following on box score.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually catch those at bats. Like, how did he actually look?
Pearson?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the first game or the?
No, the one where he had the 3 strikeouts. Like,
he looked great.
How was it? Because in comparison, like hit before, like it seemed like the velocity's there and the abilities there. His control has been kind of shit.
And that's exactly what it is. He picked his spots a lot better. Like, it broke where he wanted it to break, and he was painting corners and making guys miss and swing at breaking balls and all that kind of stuff. So it was looking good.
I'm intrigued by that prospect, man, because I think he can be really good. Like, because I've seen I don't know if you guys froze there for a second. I've seen like his first game that he played, like the one where he started.
Yeah,
and I was like, man, like he was dominant too.
Yep.
And I think he was pitching against. Who was it against?
He pitched in the playoffs last year, didn't he? Or when the Jays went on a whatever run, were they in the wild card or something last year, or did they actually get in? I can't remember.
I know the game that he started, it was something crazy because I think he played like he was facing off against like Scherzer or something. It was like I'm not gonna find it right now, but it was pretty crazy, and he was dominant. Like, there was just so much praise. So I remember seeing that, and like, man, he could be a really good, like, homegrown pitching talent.
Yeah.
You hope for the Jays, because they're gonna need it. And then this year didn't seem so good until I guess the last game. So,
and I thought it was an interesting decision to bring him up to pitch out of the bullpen. Good decision. I think it's working out. Like he's showing progress in that direction, but we'll see how it goes because I think he's a starting pitcher primarily in the minors. So we'll see how that experiment goes. I'm not sure if he stays as a closer or as a relief guy or not, but he certainly has the velocity for it. So there's that. But yeah, good times in Jaysland, and looking forward to the rest of the games against the Yankees in particular. I think we'll see how we do against those guys, the stank Yanks. Gotta spank those Yanks. That's what we gotta do.
What's the score right now?
0-0 when I last checked. It was funny. I was gonna actually make a note of it because I was gonna say it's in the middle of the first, but I was gonna say I'm like because Guerrero Jr. was at bat when we first started the Jays talk, and I was gonna say like, hey Alex, so how does it work if he hits a home run here right now
during the podcast?
It's before the segment.
Yeah, we'll just stretch it out as long as we can. Yeah. What are the rules? I don't know. Do we have a rule on that? I don't think we do.
According to my stat sheet, it literally says by the next
pod. Okay.
Yeah.
You sure doesn't say by the completion of next pod?
Oh, let me check the fine print.
No, it probably doesn't. I don't think it does.
I think it should because that adds a lot more fun to the pod because like then you're looking at it because you're like, oh shit, like,
and it gives Alex a little bit of stress, a little bit of suspense to add to the pod. I like it.
Yeah, it's pressure to put more content on there.
Alex, you got no stress, man.
There's a classic shirt that eliminated your stress both, and you also wore that while you were experiencing intense stress, did you not?
No, it straight up gave me more stress.
Leafs legend, Jumbo Joe.
I haven't experienced them win a game while I had the shirt. I should just burn it.
I had a McKinnon.
Wow, that's true.
I had a McKinnon shirt like that. I bought it in the middle of a series.
Oh, wow.
Just fucking shit the beds, and so it's like I don't wear the shirt anymore.
It's just in the back of the closet.
Speaking of that sort of thing, have you guys seen the Robbie Ray shirt?
No.
They wore it actually yesterday during BP, and I guess it's his charity or something like that. But it's I don't know what it says. I guess it's just Robbie Ray and then whatever the foundation is on the bottom. But in Ray, the A is his pants.
I did see that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I love that he just leaned into that.
Yeah,
because it's so funny. Like it's just such an awkward thing.
Especially in a position where you're 100% of the time looking from behind. Yeah, like the camera is behind you.
It's pretty much up there with the whole Anthony Davis unibrow thing.
Yeah.
Except it's funnier.
You know, one thing, another just a closing thing on the Jays that I noticed, like, with Garrett Cole, it's funny because he made the news earlier the year with the sticky stuff, right? Remember his press conference where he couldn't answer the question? He was like, "Did you use spider tack on your fingers?" And he couldn't answer it. Well, it was like the big pause. And he's like, "I don't know how to answer that." But I guess I just didn't realize how good he was. Like, he's a starting pitcher. He got pulled yesterday because of his hamstring got irritated or something like that. But he constantly pitches like 98 to 100 on his fastball for like 5 to 6 innings. It's crazy. But yeah, we won that game, so it's no problem.
That's like, suck it.
Alejandro Kirk hit 2 homers off of it, so eat it.
Wow.
Oh,
look at the Barkles.
So let's move on to Hacky for a little bit. Move on to an individual that has been brought up on the show for Logan Mayo. Mayu. So it was announced, I believe it was September 2nd, that he's been suspended by the OHL. So that was just like a kind of a delayed decision, was it not? Because it's for the same offense, I think.
I'll be honest. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll be honest. I don't know too much about the suspension itself.
So I'll go. So he was playing in a Swedish league. He's playing on a Swedish team, so he got fined over there and charged. And then he was supposed to play for the London Knights this year. So then the OHL were like, nah, you're not. They just suspended him. And there's a bit of a debate about it. It's like he's being punished over there before he's even on the team, kind of thing. So they're like, So like, when does this like a few of the TS analysts were bringing up? They were saying like, when does the punishment stop? Like, we're like, obviously, I'm not saying like what he did was absolutely wrong, right? But I just mean, there's nothing written in stone for like, hey, you did this. This is your punishment. So now everyone's like, okay, no, you're suspended. You're not playing. And it's like, oh, you're not playing this year. So maybe next year. We don't know. Will he play next year? Or no, maybe you're not. You're suspended that year. Like,
here's my take on it. I feel like in his mind right now, he knows exactly. He's like, why the fuck did I get drafted this year? Like, I told you guys not to draft me. Yeah. And like, totally I feel like if he didn't get drafted, it would have been probably a lot better for him next year. I feel like it would have blown over, and people would have recognized, to some degree, a bit of maturity in that tweet that he's kind of like saying he messed up and he wants to own up to it. But yeah, the Canadians drafted him and created some controversy.
Bergevin, he fucked up there. Like, when your owner comes out, Jeff Molson's like, man, have to put out a public announce. Yeah, it's bad. It looks really bad.
Yeah.
I don't think his career is ever going to be the same. Well, hey, Tony DeAngelo just got signed, so maybe...
Yeah, that's the thing too. You never know with hockey. The NHL is a silly place.
It's a silly.
It's like Camelot.
It's like Camelot.
Just a little note on it here. The league announced the move in a release Thursday, saying the punishment relates to an incident that took place while the London Knights defenseman was on loan to SK Legend.
It's like a Swedish.
That's the Swedish.
Sweden.
Yeah. In Sweden on November 2020. So yeah, he said before that he deeply regrets the incident, and he said that he doesn't want to get drafted, and the act resulted in the 18-year-old being charged and fined under Swedish law, like Fred has said. So yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he'll be playing. I don't know. I think it probably was a wasted first round pick. He probably won't even get to play.
He was drafted something like 31st overall or something like that, right?
31st, but if this never happened, he would have been a top 15 draft pick, they said.
Okay.
If I remember correctly. Maybe Mitch knows for sure, but like, I think it was like top 15.
He slid because
a
bunch of teams were like, they're not going to take him.
Yeah. Top 15 was what I think he was around where he's supposed to go.
And he's a big boy. Like, he was 6 something too. What is he, a right-handed right-handed defenseman? I'm pretty sure. Like, they're sought after. If I remember correctly.
I didn't even know he was a defenseman.
I didn't know
he was a forward.
Oh man, I don't want to be wrong. I got to look this up to make sure.
Look it up now. You got
to. Yeah, but I'm fairly certain.
Yeah. Really don't know where that's gonna go. Like Fred, like you said about just like knowing when the punishment ends, like it kind of seems like something that'll like loom over his career, but who knows?
It will.
Yeah, he is a defenseman.
There we go.
6'3", 220 right now, man.
And 18 years old,
and he's a right-handed shot. He's a right-handed D, top 15. Montreal were like, let's just take the slap on the wrist, and
that was exactly it.
We're one of the original 6 teams. People will get over it. And it's sad to say because that's like just Chicago thing right now. It's like, we'll just brush it under the rug and
that's it though. That's Bergevin.
That's Bergevin.
He was part of the Chicago thing too.
So we will shift gears once again to probably one of the biggest things of the week is the NFL kickoff is tomorrow, if I'm correct.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I am pumped. You got your first game. It is Dallas and the Bucks.
Yes,
right. Cowboys and Bucks facing off. So
the Bucks.
So is Dak good to go?
He is
all healthy and stuff. That's cool. That's cool for them.
He's healthy. He's back. So that'll make it a lot more interesting because if anyone paid attention to last season, as soon as Dak got hurt for the Cowboys, man, they crashed and burned so hard. And even with Ezekiel Elliott, like having just him there, because he's a top running back in the game, just having him didn't like everyone zeroed in on him. Then they're like, that's your one weapon now. So
yeah, and in football, you can obviously strategize for something like that.
Yeah,
there's not necessarily one thing that can win you a game unless you're Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, that's the first game that we got. I can't remember if we had any like predictions on that last week.
I don't think we mentioned any.
Yeah,
no, we never did.
Either.
I think we said we are going to save it for this week.
Yeah. But I will have an NFL related prediction.
I got one too. Yeah,
perfect.
So, how are we going to approach this? Like, I didn't necessarily like bring a specific topic regarding the season. What's one thing that I guess you guys can look forward to for your teams this year? Just like a speckle of hope. Doesn't have to be your starting quarterback coming back for one more year. Could be something else.
Yeah. For me, for Green Bay, it is pretty much that. It's that the whole team's returning. If not better. Like the Green Bay was really good last year. Like they were excellent, and they also like just barely lost to the Bucks. Like in the end of the championship game. So like like I'm just amped to see like another, Aaron Rodgers really one more Aaron Rodgers year, and hope to God that he's here again the following year, because that's going to be a big change once he leaves.
Yeah, because he's a drama queen.
Yes, he is.
Well, at least like
piss baby.
At least he's given some kind of like authority now, because remember he brought back his boys like Randall Cobb and stuff like that. So, but like who knows like how far that relationship goes and how much pull he has. And the state that it'll be in at the end of the season, no one knows. We'll see. Got anything else interesting that you guys want to bring up for your teams? I had to struggle to find something interesting.
I think the Bills are going to be solid again this year.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Bills will be fun to watch. I think Browns are going to be fun to watch too.
The old dirty Browns.
Dirty poo Browns.
Woof woof.
Poo jerseys.
Yeah.
I thought that last year, but they weren't, if I remember correctly.
Pooh Brown.
Because like
they're not too
it was like OBJ and Baker Mayfield. But like I remember it being really lackluster, because everyone's like, it's going to be such a hype young team. And it's like, how can you be hype when your name is the Browns? Calm down. And you're from Cleveland.
No matter what, you sound old.
Yeah.
They weren't too bad last year.
I can't remember the record.
Was it Baker Mayfield that went down with injury last year?
That sounds about right. I don't know.
Who am I thinking about? I'm thinking about the Cardinals, because that happened to Kyler Murray.
No, Kyler Murray didn't go down.
I thought he got hurt.
I don't think so, because I had him all last year. He was pretty consistent for me.
Baker Mayfield.
I thought Baker Mayfield fucked his leg up.
Maybe
is
it was
or is it the other quarterback I'm thinking of? What's his name?
Pryor Mayfield. Oh, are we still here?
I'm here.
Oh, Mitchell's frozen.
Oh.
I gotta pull up the Cleveland.
He got some stupid look on his face too, which is great.
Oh, my fucking internet is absolute shit.
He's back. He's back.
He's back.
I'm pulling up the.
Yeah, I'm not exactly.
My internet's absolute trash.
Not sure if he injured himself last year or not. So what you're saying is you're going to watch a lot more Browns games.
You got to watch the Browns. They were good last year, though. 11-5 is not bad.
No, not bad. That's a great record. Actually, it's a lot better than what I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the young quarterback?
Leading events of turf, diamond, and gridiron for your entertainment.
Watch this.
All right, we're back on the Jersey Talk podcast. Welcome back. Nice little break, but that's fine. Mitch had to get some juice back into his computer. But we're here. Are we here?
I'm here.
We're here.
We're here. We've arrived, or we've returned.
So we were talking about some NFL, and I can't quite remember the exact topic. We were talking about a quarterback, trying to figure out which one was injured and which one wasn't.
And on the break, I've identified who it is.
And who's that?
Joe Burrow. It was Joe Burrow.
Joe.
Cigar smoking Burrow.
Yeah. I was gonna try to think of something clever. I had nothing. I had absolutely nothing.
Jumping Joe Burrow.
Jumping Joe Burrow. No, yeah.
I'm gonna be interested to see though. Speaking of the young quarterbacks like Baker and Joe, I'm interested to see how what's his name looks this year with Jacksonville.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence, yeah.
His name is what's his name?
Weirdest looking fella.
He is such an odd looking
Man,
dude.
he's going to be a great quarterback. I bet.
I don't know, man. I actually think he might be a bust. For some reason,
You think so?
Someone tells me he might be a bust.
Yeah. Tom Brady was supposed to be a bust.
Yeah, Tom Brady was taken in like the end of the draft.
Yeah. So.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Was he actually considered a bust that low? That's not.
I don't think he was meant to be, the greatest quarterback of all time.
No, the guy.
No, without a doubt.
He looked like an absolute geek too. He was so small and scrawny.
Yeah, I was just wondering. It's like, but at the position he was drafted, was some GM like, why are you picking him?
Yeah,
I guess definitely was like, who's
Tom Brady?
It's the most typical white name
for
ever.
our 200th pick in the draft. Seriously?
That's a wasted pick. Wasted pick.
At that point, you're just fucking throwing.
It's like he's just a real handsome man. Let's just draft him because of that.
Was he really that handsome back then?
Yeah, I know. All I picture is that like
potential.
That's what it was. It was really good scouting.
All I picture
really good scouting
is like the picture with him shirtless and he's just like kind of like slumped over.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, that's the guy, the greatest QB of all time. I can see it.
That's the goat.
That's the goat.
First, if I get a good quality photo of it.
Oh man.
But it's like this one, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Got his nice blue shorts on.
The sickled haircut.
Looking good.
That's like one of the greatest athletes of all time.
I know, isn't that hilarious?
Isn't it insane?
Oh man.
Proving the doubters wrong, inspiring the kids. That's what it's all about.
And he'll probably win another fucking championship this year, for God's sakes.
Probably.
He could. Well, how old is he? 42? 41?
Yeah. Doesn't fucking matter.
Doesn't matter, man.
I'm
He's
sure,
gonna look the same when he's 60. He's gonna
I'm sure by the picture, it wouldn't surprise you guys to know that he actually had a very unimpressive scouting combine.
Yeah. I remember hearing stats. I don't know any offhand, but I remember hearing it was awful as well.
Yeah. He was taken 199th overall in the 6th round.
Oh, I was so close. I said 200. Wow.
You nailed it.
Wow, nailed it.
You know what? You get a gold star.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
That's gonna be the next thing. Who gets the gold star this week?
Yeah.
If this was the Price is Right, though, you'd be out.
Yeah.
Oh, he was over by one. No.
Should have bet $1.
But yeah, you know how I was bringing up like, looking for positives for this season. I literally had to do some Google and do some research. And I'm pretty sure I typed in, what do I look forward to as a Texans fan? And there really wasn't that much. He's like, the new GM has made some decent decisions, and it listed his decisions as like 2 moves, 1 draft,
a trade too.
Yeah, they did make a trade. I don't know offhand.
They traded away a cornerback. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah, they
like the Broncos.
They trade to the Broncos.
No, it's kind of like the Broncos. There's not much to look forward to for the Broncos.
Right.
Their hope is that Bridgewater kind of turns into a stud of a quarterback.
They
got Teddy?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that they have Teddy Bridgewater. Okay.
Do you know offhand what their record was last year, or like around what it was?
It's probably no more than four wins.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I was gonna say, like, is the defense still there,
or maybe 6 wins? They went on. No, barely. That start of a defense is gone. Like Von Miller is like I think the only OG still there. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Is he still as effective?
No,
he's not the same.
He's pretty phased out here now. He's soon done, I think.
That's the craziest thing about football. Like the only players that will have longevity if they're really good is usually just a quarterback.
The kickers, I guess.
The kickers as well, but they're so interchangeable.
Mm-hmm. 5 wins. 5 wins for the Broncos last year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what I found with the Texans, new defensive coordinator, Lovie Smith. That's his name.
Lovey. Yeah.
So, that's I'm looking forward to having a guy named Lovey in my organization. That's cool.
Lovey
That's neat. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's it. Maybe they'll make him a shirt or something.
Maybe we'll get I'll have a Robbie Ray shirt and a Lovey shirt by the time it's all said and done.
Oh, for sure. Go Lovey.
Oh, another thing too, Nico Collins, the wide receiver that we drafted, he's looked decent. No, he's looked good in preseason. It's just preseason, but that's all he has to show so far as a draft pick. So during his 2 preseason games, I can't remember offhand, he caught 3 passes for 30 yards, a first down, touchdown, and had 17 yards after the catch. So the only thing is he's going to have Tyrod Taylor throwing him the ball. So
I was going to say, though, in preseason, was it also Tyrod?
I think so.
The ball? It wasn't Deshaun? Yeah, that's not bad, though. Yeah,
I don't think Deshaun's played preseason either. But yeah. I expect 2 wins this year.
I said the same thing. I said the same thing like last time we talked about the Texans too. Like, it's so disappointing because 2 years ago, they were such a promising team.
Oh my God. And then it's funny, that trade with DeAndre Hopkins is up there. It's on lists for worst trades ever.
Yeah.
In the NFL ever. Yeah. Oh my God. And I think it was mostly a rift between him and Bill O'Brien or something like that. But letting go of a dude like that, like a top talent at the position, an absolute stud.
Yeah.
And
you can say the top 5 wide receiver.
Yeah.
He's probably in there. Maybe between 5, 6, 7.
And right? Deshaun Watson still is an absolutely incredibly young quarterback. I mean, we haven't seen him play in quite some time. Probably won't see him play this year, but he's still incredible. But that's a massive question mark over the organization. So there's not too much for me to look forward to right now, gotta say. Yeah. So things are looking good in Packers land and Bills land, and not so good in Texans and Broncos land.
But they're always cycles, unless you're a Packers fan.
So, any closing notes on the NFL? Anything anyone wants to bring up or have a chat about before we move on?
I'm just pumped for kickoff, man. I'm amped for Sunday football now again.
Hey, you know what we should? I got a brand new segment for the show. We'll do a fantasy highlight. Someone who killed it for fantasy football in the past week. Let's do that. Let's put up some big numbers. Some guy who put up some big numbers.
All right,
that's what we'll do. We won't make it ultra boring for a listener and talk about our fantasy league or anything like that. We'll just say some dude that went nuts. So
I will
look forward to that. Let's move on to the pick and roll.
Hey, bro! Hey! I like the pick and roll. I like the give and go.
Answer the question.
Freak out, yo!
So we'll start back to the top with some baseball. So we got Larry Walker inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. You actually brought Larry Walker up, Fred, on a podcast or 2 ago. I remember we were trying to figure out his name, but when we were talking about Joey Votto,
Canadian. I'm like, what's his name?
Larry Walker.
There it is.
We were talking about Joey Votto, and you brought up Larry Walker. But he's from Maple Ridge. That's about as Canadian as it gets.
Ridge, BC.
And
Golf country.
Former Major League outfielder will be formally inducted in Wednesday, 1:30. Not that anyone really cares about the time or anything like that.
I really wanted to know. I needed it.
In Cooperstown, New York. And he was inducted, I think, the previous cycle, but COVID restrictions. So, yeah.
And it was his final, this was his 10th time or something? I can't recall.
Yeah, something like that. People were surprised that he wasn't in a lot earlier. Yeah. He's scheduled to have his number 33 retired by Colorado Rockies. And on September 25th, will join Ferguson Jenkins, there's the name, as the only Canadian-born players in the Hall of Fame. So,
Atta boy.
When did Ferguson Jenkins play?
I can't say I know that.
Oh damn!
I'm just gonna say the.
That's a 30s 40s name.
Hey, and Ferguson
Buzz
Jenkins is at the
and-
plate
with Buzz Flibbit.
and Whoopi Patrick.
Yeah, Chipper Jones.
So five-time All-Star, 1997 NL MVP. So he has the accolades with like stuff like that. You think that that's a surefire MVP, but I don't know how selective the MLB is with like putting guys in. So I don't know their usual like criterion.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, cool to see. I saw like the interview on Sportsnet that they had, and he seemed pretty excited about the whole thing. He made sure to thank Canada. He actually said he thanks Canada for getting him there. So good guy. Next up, we have Giannis Antetokounmpo. This is a bit of late news. I think this was
Interesting.
cycling around last week sometime. Buys an ownership stake in the Milwaukee Brewers.
He's really getting involved in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
He's doubling down. He's there to stay.
Well, good on him though.
Yeah. So he's the first individual investor added to the baseball team's ownership group since Mark Atanasio bought the franchise in 2005. So their ownership group doesn't get moved or changed around very often. What is happening on this podcast?
It's a full-on.
Sorry. It just kind of came out.
Like your face afterwards. Just like, oh God, was that me?
that was just kind of, that was a burp, but just kind of flowed.
Farted out your mouth.
Lovely. But yeah, since 2005. So first bit of ownership change since 2005. They don't touch that group very often. It kind of makes sense. It's not a really sexy group. They have some decent players on this squad though. So good for him. And recently, like keeping on the topic of Milwaukee, I guess I think Aaron Rodgers bought a stake in the Bucks, didn't he?
I don't know.
Pretty sure. I think he did. Giannis said, "Milwaukee made me who I am today. It made me a better person. This is basically my home. I've become a father here. I've become a leader here. I've become a champion here, and I want to be involved." Wouldn't you like to hear that from Aaron Rodgers?
Imagine.
Would you?
That's a rarity though for anyone these days from an athlete.
Without a doubt.
To commit that hard to a place.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to hear that from Aaron Rodgers, man.
Feel like a superstar, I should say. Not so much an athlete, but a superstar, like a franchise tag superstar.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's very rare.
Especially in the NBA.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny because there was always one name brought up when you talked about this stuff, and it was Damian Lillard. And now Damian Lillard is there's like buzz that he's going to get moved or he wants to get moved. Yeah. And then he's tweeting that he didn't say that, but
it's like he said she said thing.
Yeah.
The way that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Dame.
But yeah, cool to see. Milwaukee or Giannis, big baseball guy, I guess. I somehow doubt that. I think he's been at a couple games. He's like, you see during the seasons where he's like up in the box or whatever. But yeah.
Or he's just a really good businessman and just like, hey, I'm not gonna be a basketball player forever. I gotta be making that money.
Yeah.
I gotta prepare for my retirement.
Yeah, with my hundreds of millions of dollars.
Well, I'd say once those guys get, I'm pretty sure LeBron's going to buy a stake in some team after it's all said and done. Because LeBron has a stake in the Red Sox already. He's part owner of the Red Sox, which is so random. Like, what?
I think I have so much money. What's the richest team? So
I guess that's the one to get involved with. Yeah.
Yeah. But I would say before or right after their careers, they're gonna buy an NBA team. Like LeBron's gonna have one of them. I would say. I think that he actually said that was in his plans, but he's just not allowed to do it now as he's a player.
Put that Space Jam money towards it as well.
There you go. Anyone see that?
No,
it's garbage. I heard.
Oh yeah, is this supposed to be shit?
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny? He calls himself the GOAT, yet he wears a jersey with Jordan on it and wears Jordan's one's fucking sneakers. Get out of here, LeBron.
I
just love chirping about him.
Yeah. Everyone loves chirping LeBron on this podcast, especially recently. Next up, Robbie Ray wins Player of the Week. So last week he won Player of the Month. Now he wins Player of the Week. So
the man with the tight pants,
absolutely killing it. The pants god.
So
go ahead.
Not to be too doom and gloom, but I think I messaged this to the group, and I'm like, because we're not like the Blue Jays are not the Yankees or the Red Sox. It's gonna come down to it. Like this year, they have to resign who's up for contract? Semien and Robbie Ray.
Robbie Ray are the big ones. Yeah,
sign them both.
Yeah, if you have to choose one, do you go Robbie Ray?
Yeah,
I don't think of the contracts offhand.
But their pitching's been such an issue, man. You have to.
I agree. And not only that, you have a lot of young guys that are hitting right now. It sucks to lose that, but you could find that elsewhere. But the pitching is everything.
You found it in Semien in the first place, right?
Well, okay. And off the show. Sorry, Fred. I sent you guys the graphic of the major league homer leaders, and the Jays have 2 in the top 4.
That's crazy.
So
that's amazing.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Robbie Ray.
Yeah.
The only thing is, but I guess you can say something about batting, is that pitching sometimes pitchers can fucking go cold, hot and cold from season to season.
Yeah.
But I guess
you're hoping it's not a blip, right?
Yeah. Throw your arm out, right? Get some fucking Tommy John surgery.
All of a sudden you need Tommy John surgery. That's it.
That being said, are they able to sign both? Like if ownership says fucking is that a possibility they can, or is there something restricting them from signing both?
I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar enough with the. I'm not familiar enough with the MLB financials and the collective bargaining and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think they have support from ownership to spend money. The Jays do, but you always think about it. You're like, there's really no team that spends money like the Yankees and the Red Sox do.
Well,
yeah, it's true.
Probably
the Dodgers.
But I say Yankees probably one of the most valuable teams in sports.
Yeah. I mean, look at their roster. It's crazy. Giancarlo Stanton, Garrett Cole,
Aaron
Judge.
Yeah.
Who's the All-Star they just got who's absolutely shit in the bed? Rizzo?
Curry.
No, Rizzo's not on the team. I can't remember. Anyways, they got
it's like that every year. It's been like that every year for the Yankees. And the Red Sox do it too. They just throw money away on players that don't even perform anymore. So they did it with David Price.
Yeah. Where's David Price too?
He's with them still, I think.
Is he? I thought he was down. I thought he was out in California somewhere.
Is he still? I thought he was just still with them.
I don't know. I haven't heard his name in forever.
Yeah. I really don't know where he's at right now.
Is he a bullpen pitcher now?
I wouldn't think.
Where did we get David Price from? When the Jays get David Price, where did he come from?
Tampa Bay?
Tampa, yeah, I think so.
Tigers?
No.
But he played for Tampa. I think he started his career with the Rays.
Let's do a quick little Google. Yeah, the Rays. The Rays. I'm seeing Rays, but I'm checking the specifics on the years.
Yeah, so Price is with the Dodgers now.
Okay.
So I thought he was still there.
Yeah, it was the Tigers.
The
Okay.
Meowmers.
The Tigers.
The Meowmers.
Yeah, and he's got to be. I think he's been a bit of a.
It went Tampa, Detroit, Toronto, Boston, LA.
Is he injured? No, we haven't heard him.
I think he plays bullpen rotation stuff, but he also does starts because this year he has 11 starts, but he's been in 34 games.
Okay.
Numbers are bad, but it's not the David Price of old.
No. Yeah, we got him. He was an ace as a rental.
So a 3.78 ERA and stuff. He's got good numbers and 56 strikeouts.
Yeah. Where were we talking?
Robbie Ray.
Right. I completely forgot. So across the 2 starts in the week, and 13.2 innings. That's a lot of innings for 2 starts. Robbie Ray struck out 20 while posting a 1.32 ERA.
Ooh, he's a beast.
Doesn't let anything in.
Oh, what I was going to say, I was going to mention, doesn't he have 4 straight games of 10 or more strikeouts? I think I read that.
There was a Jays record that was matched or beaten. I don't know if it's 4 or not, but I remember hearing something about 10 plus strikeouts.
Straight.
Why didn't you offer that up for a steamy stat, Frederick?
I just remembered.
What's the friggin' good of you?
Sure, we can drop stinger now.
What's the freaking good of you?
What else are we going to say about this? On August 30th, in a start against Baltimore Orioles, Ray recorded his 12,041st strikeout over his first 1,000 career innings pitched, eclipsing Yu Darvish's major league record. Speaking of Yu Darvish, he's absolute trash now. Robbie Ray leads the American League in ERA 2.60 and has an 11-5 record through 166 innings pitched. He's killing it.
He's killing it. Attaboy, I'm happy he's on the Jays.
Absolutely. That'd be so good to see him back. It really would. Gotta give me one of those Robbie Ray shirts. So we'll move on to the NHL. Have you guys seen anything about Theo Fleury's remarks about vaccinations?
Oh, I have. I've been diving on that stuff.
He's something else, man. Theo Fleury's out there.
Yeah, he's an oddball.
He's cuckoo.
He goes up and down.
There's a couple of players that are just in that realm these days, like former players. They're just kind of very conspiracy. Yeah,
it's unfortunate, man. Like the guy's been through so much.
Yeah.
And I hope that's not the reason why you go down that route. You're not trusting people anymore. Like there's clearly a trust issue.
That's what it is, Fred. He said it.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Right. So yeah, it's tough. What was his exact tweet, Alex? Did you have it there? Where he said, what was it?
Let's see. I think I actually do have it.
The one regarding
it's a child abuse in minor hockey or something like that.
No, I know what you're talking about,
but it was regarding COVID passports.
With vaccine passports, the pedophiles will know where your kids are at all times.
Yes. Like, how is that? How? How would the pedophiles know that?
I like that just comes down to one word, Fred. Just like how is how?
How? Like how?
I don't mean to laugh, but that's just so
logic
silly.
That. How does a piece of paper allow people to track you where you are?
This is what drives me nuts. Everyone's so oh my god, I don't want to go politics.
Yeah, you can't get into politics.
Passport website. Yeah. Oh, there are 3 children at this park. Here I come.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. And it's too bad because I don't know where he's getting his information from, but it's clearly incorrect. It's just not right.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, it makes no sense whatsoever.
Is he like, oh, I know where to log into this?
Yeah.
Did they log in? Like,
why would your vaccination record be able to pinpoint where you are?
That's like classified information. You can't get your medical doc shit. Like it's just not happening.
That's too funny.
With your passport comes a tracking beacon.
Just inject it in.
It's too bad, man. I wish the guy all the best, but no, that's not correct. Yeah,
I like your impression of Fleury, Mitch. Here I come.
Here I come.
Or the pedophiles, I guess.
That's the impression, yeah.
That's my pedo impression. So I assume they sound like.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
This is a sports podcast.
Let's go with politic.
Sometimes we're cultural and we're
pop culture.
We're woke. The Jersey woke.
The woke cast.
Yeah, that's the one thing. When I was reading this, I had no idea what his point was or where he was coming from. I guess he was just like trying to fit something profound in for his stance against vaccines.
Yeah, it's just a stance against vaccines passports. Just trying to just make anything fit their narrative. That's like most people that are anti-vaxxers or and to latch on to one bit of information, and even if it's false, they'll research, and if it supports their narrative, they'll fucking wave it till the day they die. It's
like it doesn't make any sense to me. Like it blows my mind. Like there's the meme that I saw the other day was very similar too. It's just like it's like the meme of the guy at the computer. He's like, "Hey, honey, come see that bit of information that I found that the scientists haven't yet." It's just like,
oh my god, it drives me insane.
I I know. It's just like saying, it's like, are you smarter than science?
Like, did you break out your petri dish and do your own studies? No. So go to bed.
Go bed.
Go to bed.
Go find your petri dish. Speaking of petri,
another little thing. Brandon University, which gave Theo Fleury an honorary degree for shining a light on child sexual abuse for junior hockey, released a statement Thursday expressing its disappointment in the former NHLer for spreading conspiracy theories about vaccines. So, yeah, basically the people that are for him and, that fully acknowledge his struggle and stuff like that say, hey, gotta calm down. Give it up.
I'm pretty sure Theo Fleury's kind of the guy too. It's always been a bit of a rough around the edges. He has some history, so he's definitely got some mental health issues.
Right.
And I'm not saying this is mental health related, but he's always been a bit rough around the edges, vocal, and a bit kind of beat of his own drum kind of deal.
Very outspoken.
Yeah,
right.
And I think like for someone that is very kind of outspoken at the same time, I think that's the reason why you don't see him in hockey media or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's one of those guys that I think most outlets don't really want to touch with 10-foot pole just because
bit of a loose cannon, maybe
a loose kind of deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the school then called on Fleury to show self-awareness and educate himself about the value of vaccinations. And after Fleury received criticism for his since deleted tweet, he responded by sharing a screenshot showing some of his achievements, including his honorary doctorate. So that's a great way to put a stamp on everything. Hey, look at my doctorate.
Honorary doctorate.
That the university doesn't like me anymore.
Check out this honorary doctorate where the fucking university doesn't have my back.
See this? You gave me this.
You can have it back.
I'm a doctor now. Dr. Fleury.
Try getting it now.
Anyway.
Next. On to basketball. So LaMarcus Aldridge, we talked about him on a previous podcast as well. You remember when he exited the league? I think it was a little bit before the playoffs for irregular heartbeat. There was like an ongoing thing in his career, and it reached a point where it was making him nervous, and he retired on the spot. It still seems chuckling. Oh, so good.
Sorry,
you're just so picturing eating his document.
I was listening to Alex.
He's been trying to hold his laugh for like a minute while Alex was talking.
No, I actually forgot about it. I was just listening to Alex, and then it popped into my head again.
Oh, that's great.
Oh God,
that's
Jesus Christ.
But the contract was $2.6 million with the Nets, and the only thing I gathered from this is he's remember last time we were talking about him and like his Hall of Fame chances, and one of the things people always look for Hall of Fame is like the sweet spot of 20,000 points. He was at 19,951. So
Jesus,
he's coming for that. He's coming for that 20,000. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. He's securing his Hall of Fame.
It's like 3 or 4 games. That's it.
Yeah, he's good to go. The other thing, it was kind of big news, but I mean, you gotta be completely honest, we're not really big tennis people here on the podcast. But Leylah Fernandez and Felix Auger Aliassime, I think.
Yeah. I
just call him Felix.
Yeah, just call him Felix.
Good Felix.
Canadians will know.
But they got some big wins. They didn't win a major. I think they were like qualifiers or something like that. But
they're both are onto the semis now.
Yeah, semis.
Both are from Montreal.
Both
from Montreal.
Yeah.
So that's huge. Montreal.
So who's Felix playing?
I don't know, but Djokovic is left, isn't he?
Djokovic is still around, I think, but his next opponent is one of the higher ranked. He's a Russian guy. He's a pretty hard hitting Russian.
Okay.
So they think he's going to be. By sounds, it's going to be a tough matchap for him. But apparently, Felix gets the ball really hard too. So I know one of the comment when talking about him after his win, last night I believe it was, said they were saying they feel bad for the tennis ball between the match between him and I can't remember the Russian players because apparently they're gonna murder it. Smash the ball.
You go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and like I'm trying to see. I'm just like, and Layla Fernandez. Something to them, like Bianca Andreescu too was doing well. So it was like crazy. Like I know a lot of people were saying like the U.S. Open more like the Canadian Open kind of thing.
Yeah,
because it was like all three.
Yeah, what's her name? What's the name again?
Andreescu.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she had a leg injury and that
she was
her
playing
last
through
match. Yeah, and she kind of she was done. And now Felix just won his match. Now I think he was still winning it, but his opponent had to retire due to an injury, a leg injury or something. He was done. So, but what's her name's been really impressing me.
Which brings me to
like 18.
Oh, that stat is Stevie.
Oh, stop talking.
Stevie stat.
He's impressing me too. I'll let you finish your.
No, I don't want to anymore. I'm done.
Okay,
but I thought it is the Stevie stat.
The Steamy stat. Layla Fernandez, the first player since 1975 to have knocked out 2 former number 1 players, and these players being Naomi Osaka and Angelique Kerber. That sounds really German, so I'm just going to say it's Kerber. In the same tournament, Osaka has won 4 Grand Slam titles. Kerber has 3 to her name. So, and yeah, she's like 19, like Mitch said.
18 I think she just turned 19, I think.
All right, that's awesome. There's a lot of good talent coming up the Canadian ladder right now.
Pipeline.
Yeah, in the pipeline.
Yeah.
What's his name too is pretty good too. He had a decent tournament.
I know who you're talking about. I think.
Did Milos Raonic play in this one?
No, Milos Raonic is no. It's
Shapovalov.
Oh yeah, Shapovalov.
I already said Shapovalov.
Milos is. I don't know if Milos is still playing or not anymore, man. He's had a lot of injury problems.
Yeah,
I think he's kind of fallen off a little bit.
Who's the other one?
Keep those knees.
Shapovalov.
Pospilovich.
Pospisil.
I don't know.
Oh god, that's Pospisil. Yes.
Yeah, because I think it's
Popovich plays tennis.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh Jesus. It's taken a step beyond because I remember the last time there was a bit of hype for Canadian tennis. It was when it was Milos Raonic and who's the other one? What's her name? She was supposed to be really good and she never lived up to it.
Jeannie Bouchard.
Yeah, Eugenie Bouchard.
Oh yeah, Jeannie had one good run. Was it the Australian Open or the Wimbledon? I can't remember.
She Jeremy Lind it.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's and then since then,
she's hanging out at Kessler's house. That's pretty cool.
Yes, house. Come hang out with Post Malone and Eugenie Bouchard.
Celebrities hanging out.
Kessler's house.
Is that still a thing? Did that get canceled already?
I don't know.
Did anyone watch that?
I never seen it. I don't even know if it aired. I feel like it was online or something. I don't know.
Oh, maybe it's like a digital thing. Yeah,
it's gotta be weird though. Half the people he has guests on doesn't even know who the fuck he is. Let's go to Kess's house.
Wait, no. Did she have a shoulder injury at this point? She was injured, right?
She's had a few injuries.
But it was a shoulder injury when she was on that Kessler's house, or
I don't know. I can't
think
see
so.
It.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
That brings us to the end of the pick and roll. All we have left for the podcast is the brand new segment, or the newest segment.
Prediction Pints. Get your crisp prediction pints.
We have the prediction pint segment, and pretty sure most of us are going to come with the NFL predictions this week. Is that right, guys? Maybe.
I think so. I got one.
All right, Josh, start us off this week. Or do you want to give us the state of the score, Fred?
Okay. Fred.
What?
So as of now, I have 7.
Liar.
Mitch has 4.
Oh, I have 4. I thought I had 3. I'm doing already better than I thought.
No, because the last one that you got correct there last week was a 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a 2.
I thought it was a 1.
Alex got 7. Josh has 5. Tyrell's still in it, man, with 2. He's still in there. He's still in there. He's still hanging on.
Oh.
So who wants to know their stats?
I just want to say, based on my last week prediction of the Jays being the A's 2-1, I thought that was optimistic, and then they fucking sweep them.
Yeah. Because your last one was what was it? The Tigers to win. Yeah, I think
2-1.
Yeah.
So, do you have predictions from last week? I mean, I remember.
I have. Yeah, okay. I have mine. I'll start with mine because I went very pessimistic, and I said that Kakiniemi would walk and Bergevin would do absolutely nothing and just go with the centers that he has in all the young talent, which was incorrect. Then Josh countered with KK would walk and would make a trade for Dvorak, which absolutely happened, which I'm very happy about. So, but congratulations, Josh. That was
thank you. I thiefed it.
That was a really good prediction. And then Alex, you came with Vladdy would have 41 homers by the end of today's pod.
Oh, check the box score. It's probably not.
I'm looking at it right now.
Still 0-0.
Yeah, okay.
Guriel.
But I remember when I made the prediction last week, I was like 41. But no, I committed. So
40 too.
I was gonna go 40, but I stuck to it. So
I think we kind of peer pressured you.
You did. But no pie for me. I'm cool with it. Who wants to start us off this week with the new ones?
I'm ready.
Okay, Josh first.
Mine's very simple.
I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna predict an opening weekend wins by both the Buffalo Bills and the Green Bay Packers. Going to win their opening games, which is not like they have very easy games. I don't believe.
No, Steelers are going to be.
Steelers are tough, and the New Orleans Saints are still a good team. They don't have Drew Brees anymore, but we'll see how they go. So
nice.
That's a twofer. I want both of them. They're both going to win.
I'll give you +2 for that.
Yeah.
Because it's 2. You're picking 2 teams, so we'll give them
+2. You want to go next, Mitch, or do you want me to go next?
Don't matter. You can go, buddy.
All right, I'm gonna go. Jacksonville scores at least 25 in a win over the Texans.
Ooh, that's very precise.
You're very pessimistic about your Texans.
Yeah. So
Jacksonville 25 with the win.
No, over at least 25. So we'll say 25 or over.
Okay, 25 over. Yeah.
25 or more. So that's a 2-pointer, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's not like as specific for.
And you said the win. So if it's 27, 25, you do not get it. For the other team, I'm sorry.
No, that works.
It's not going to happen. It's okay.
It's gonna be a win for Jacksonville.
I don't see the offense cooking up something crazy for the Texans, so we'll see.
Okay, Mitch.
What you got, Mitch?
I'm gonna do a season opener prediction, and I say the Bucks beat the Cowboys by at least 10 points.
Ooh,
Bucks,
as in 10 points ahead of them.
10-point spread.
Yeah, the 10-point spread.
Yeah, okay.
By touchdown and a field goal.
10-point spread.
Groovy.
And with mine, I'm going to continue with the Jays. They're on what, a 5-game winning streak right now?
Yes, they
6,
are.
I think.
6. I think they're going to continue with it, and I think they're going to win their next 2. So I think they're going to go on an 8-game winning streak.
So does that include? That includes. Okay, so that includes.
So that's going to include tonight's game, and then
the next game against the Yankees.
The Yankees.
So you're pretty much saying they're going to sweep the Yanks.
Yes.
I like it.
That's my prediction.
I like it.
Well, their best pitcher's done now, so Garrett Cole is out. Yeah. Hamstring is busted.
Oh, shit.
All right.
They got Gil pitching tonight. Gil.
Oh, Gilly.
Oh,
Gil.
Simpsons.
Simpsons.
He's like struggling, like the sky is like job to job.
He's like, oh, Gilly's gonna eat tonight. Oh, that guy was great.
All right. Well, that does it for this week of the Jersey Talk podcast. Thanks for liking and subscribing on all social platforms. Any closing words this week, boys?
Go Billy. Go Bills.
Go Gills.
See you next week.
See ya.